All right, cool. So we are recording. So tonight we're going to be talking all about team building. All right, so I got my notes here. All right, so team building is not like a requirement of this business. Like nobody is required to sponsor other people into the business. It's not a requirement. It's almost like a privilege to be able to help other women start their business.
Okay.
You can see them succeed. But you do want to make sure that you are offering the opportunity, even if it's not really like your like goal to sponsor. You're like, I don't really care about having a team. That's not really it's not really a priority. But you never know like who else out there who else out there might want to start their own business. And you want to make sure that you're letting other women know that's something they can do. That it is an opportunity that's available to them. And even if you're like, I don't know, I'm new, I don't know how to train anybody. That's why we have a team. We're all here to help each other and work together. So even as a brand new consultant, you're like, I don't know anything, whatever. That's okay. You have me. You have your sponsor. Whoever your sponsor is. You have all the team leaders. So just make sure that you are offering that opportunity. So the best and easiest way to make sure that you are offering the opportunity is when you're at a party and playing the sponsored game. So there's a couple of different games that you always want to make sure you're playing at every single party. One of them is a booking game, because that's how you're going to grow your business, by continuing to book, right? And the other is by playing the other one is a sponsoring game. So the COO actually has several different ones, and we're going to kind of go over them. Let me just make sure I have my notes here.
Are they located in like the training section?
Yeah, so they'll be under, let me pull up the COO real quick.
I think I've seen it before. Sorry you can't see my face. I'm still driving. I'm almost home, but I was like, I'm not meeting.
Drive safely.
Oh, I am. That's why it's in my hand and it's just holding on with me and my steering wheel.
Yeah, so it's going to be under training, and then it's going to be all about the party, I believe. Yes, and then effective party game, and then sponsoring commercials on the left. Okay. So really when it comes to picking and playing a sponsoring game, it's no different than picking and playing a booking game. Pick one that you feel works best with your personality, one that you feel is going to be easy for you to remember and do, right? Because if it's too hard for you to do or you can't remember it, then it's not going to have the same impact. So you want to make sure it's something that you feel comfortable doing, and that's why there's a whole bunch of different ones to choose from. And stick with it. Like if it works, stick with it. Don't change it up. Like because we're doing the same party every single time. So sometimes we feel like I'm getting bored and they must be getting bored too. Well, no, because
but if it works for you, it works.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So pick something. If it works, keep doing it. Because the second that you change it up, all of a sudden it's gonna stop working. So.
I tried something that works for you that worked for me.
What's that?
With starting the party. The asking who's a party virgin.
Uh-huh.
And the two cousins loved it.
Oh yeah.
They were in the booking room, they wanted to know more about how to book the parties and options, and I was like, I mean, if you really want to know to make your friends non-virgins too, I'll let you know.
That's
so
awesome.
it was great.
That's hilarious.
It was. So I was like, okay, so you three know who I am, obviously, because I'm dating your cousin.
Right.
And I'm like, but who's actually party virgin for tonight? And two of them were like, I am. And I was like, okay, that's not a big deal because actually, believe it or not, a little less than a year ago, I was.
That's perfect. I love that. That is.
And it worked. No, I think that's my line. I think that's going to be one of my starting lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah, no, that's really awesome.
You know who I am, but hey, this is and blah blah blah. whatever I feel like saying that night through like encouragement, I guess.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey, now who's a party virgin? Because I sure was a little over a year ago, well, under or whatever it is at the time. Because it gives hope. Like, anyone can do this.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what I was just about to say. So that's awesome.
So I went to, everyone's done paid me for their items. And so I text, like, everyone who said they went to order online. And I was like, okay, so look, I'm going to be honest. Tomorrow's talking about today is the night I'm going to do my big order. Mm-hmm. So you either tell me you want to order stuff now, or you're going to have to wait till next month when I know I'm going to do another large order, because I was like, I'm not going to do small orders in between. Like, I said it to my family, obviously no one else.
Right.
So my lovely stepmom texted me this morning and was like, hey, Tori, I want to order, but I don't have time to talk tonight. She goes, but I do definitely want Body Boost. And I'm like, thank you. It's not like I told you.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm like, one more day. Like, tomorrow's the day I'm ordering, whether you're ready or not. I'm like, it's getting pretty close to time.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh yeah, and then like when you go to play your sponsoring game, I mean, you can really like put it anywhere in like your party, but I think the way most consultants do it is they do it after they do like the liquid line and before they get to the bedroom accessories. So I mean, but you can, I think some consultants will even do it at the very end, some do it at the beginning. It's just, again, just kind of what flows with your personality and what, like, feels the most natural. So we're going to go over a couple of the different ones. So there's 3 that are really good if you're like brand new. There's the 8 questions game, the what you got in your first game, or the romance game. And they're good because if you're nervous and you like feel like you don't know the answers to things, or like, you're afraid that somebody's going to ask you a question, like throw a curveball at you and you're like, I don't know. Like somebody at my most recent party asked me what the net worth of the company was.
It's okay to say, though, I don't know, because then we can get back to
I'm like,
I remembered.
I actually did know the answer to that at some point. I just don't remember what it is now, because I know Chris has told us, and I just don't remember what it is. So I have to go look it up and find it for her, because I told her I would. But yeah, like, so if you're afraid that like people are going to throw questions at you like that, you're like, oh my God, like stick to a game that's scripted. You give them the question and the answers you already have. So let me pull this up here. So I'll talk about the first 3. So not the Ask Me Anything, the 8 questions game. Essentially, it's a list of the 8 most frequently asked questions about the company and about the business. And you have them like in an envelope, like print it out on a piece of paper, stick it in an envelope, number them 1 through 8. Guests at the party, one of the envelopes, or people can volunteer, it's whatever. And then you have the answers to those questions, like either print it out, or if you can memorize them, that's fine too. And then you just go through 1 through 8, right? And the questions are like, what minimums do I have to meet? How many parties do I have to do? How much does it cost to get started? How much money can I make? What are the incentives? Things like that. So they're just very basic questions. What?
I said, I feel like I know all those answers, like, honest to God. I feel like I know them. Like, that could be my game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And most of the time, people are going to ask those types of questions anyway. So, but, in case, somebody throws one out, curveball, you're nervous, the 8 questions game is really great for that. The other one, what you got in your purse, is very similar to, let me pull that up here really quick. So, I think romance and what you got in your purse are very similar. You can do like date night cards, or you can do raffle tickets, however you want to do it. But you can play this one throughout your party if you want to. Or you can play it like at one select time to do all the letters. But you'll print off the letters. It's on the COO. There's different letters, and each letter like stands for a different like perk of the business. And so what you do is you call out one of the letters, and they have to dig through their purse and find something in their purse that starts with that letter, right? So it's a lot of fun.
That sounds really fun.
It's very interactive. And then after somebody finds it, you can give them a raffle ticket or the date night card or whatever. And then after all of them,
Have you played that game?
Huh?
Have you played that game? What's in your purse?
You played it?
Yeah, have you?
No, I've never played it. I keep wanting to, but my sponsoring game that I do now,
I was gonna ask you, like, how did it turn out for you? Like, cause it sounds really fun. Like, I really want to do it, but like, if people aren't like so open, then it could be a little discouraging, but it could be fine and great. So I'm like, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe that'll be my question. I'm gonna ask that tonight on the page.
Yeah.
Like, who else played it? How's it gone for them?
Yeah, and I mean,
that's
really,
what it's there for.
I mean, you can always have like a backup sponsoring game. So if you feel out the crowd, and if you feel the game that you normally play will be received well by the group that you have, go ahead and play it. But if you feel like no, they're not really going to be into it so much, then you have that backup one, in your back pocket. You can play that one instead. So, but yeah, so that's what you got in your first game, and it's just like I said, it's just different letters. Like B stands for be your own boss, S stands for scheduling, set your own hours, and it's just all these different random letters. Now the romance game is similar because it has not random letters. It spells out romance, and what you do is you have little strips of paper with each of the letters of the word romance, and each letter stands for a different incentive or perk of the business, and you just hand them out throughout. You hand them out to the guests of the party, and then you just go through the letters and you say, okay, who has R? Okay, whoever has R is going to read what it says. R stands for, I don't know, whatever R stands for, and you just go through all the different letters. So basically they're reading, the different incentives of the business themselves. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, and of course, I mean, like I said, the COO has this all outlined. So if you're like, I don't know what she was talking about, it's not making sense. It's all on the COO. You can totally read it. Rosy Romance is really fun too. So this one you'll need to print out some play money, or you can buy some play money. And essentially you have this one requires audience participation. 2 people to participate, which can be really fun, for them if they're those kind of people. But one girl represents the consultant, and another girl represents wrote Sally mall worker or whatever. And essentially you just compare how much money they're making doing the exact same amount of work. Sally mall worker is working, 20 hours a week at the mall. She's only making $100 after doing that. But Rosie Romance, who's working 20 hours in a month, is making several $100, $1,000 doing the same amount of work. And so you basically just show them, you illustrate it for them, so they actually see, yes, this is how much money you can make as a consultant just working a few hours a month. So that's a really good one too. It provides a really great visual. Ask me anything. This is what I play, and this is what it works for me. And as a new consultant, you might not feel as comfortable playing it, but if you do feel comfortable, go for it, do it. But it's essentially what it sounds like. It's ask me anything. And when I play the game, I preface it, I say, all right, this is your opportunity to find out everything you wanted to know about my job as a consultant. You can ask me any question, anything you want to know about my business. And I say, not about my business. This is not that kind of party, but you can ask me about my business. And I say, the only thing you can't ask me about is the product. So you can't ask me what my favorite product is, how much the products cost, which product do I sell the most of, but you can ask me, how much does it cost to get started? What kind of training is there? How do I do my taxes? What things can you do? What are the requirements? How many parties do you have to do? And so I give them those examples, right? Because if you don't give them examples, sometimes they're just going to sit there and stare at you blankly, And I tell them, and I do it one of 2 ways. I will either do 10 raffle tickets, and I say, I have 10 raffle tickets, one for each question that you ask me. Every question you ask me, you earn a ticket. So they're all gone. Or I will set a timer for 3 minutes. And I say, every question you ask me, you earn a ticket. If you ask me a money-related question, you'll earn 2 tickets. The only catch is that you only have 3 minutes to ask all the questions you want to know. All right, go. You know, so
I remember that game. It was really fun.
Huh?
I said I remember that game. It was actually really fun.
Yeah, see, and putting the timer on it, like, because if you just say, like, leave it open, like, oh, there's no time limit, then people kind of, like, drag their feet or they don't ask any questions. But if you put, as soon as you say 3 minutes, they're like, oh, wait, hang on, I got all the questions. You know, so it really encourages them to ask questions. And giving them the examples, too, you know, helps to give them, you know, like, inspire questions, I guess. But, like, you'll notice, like, when I give them the examples are the 8 questions. So I don't know if you realize that or notice that. So I'm giving them the 8 questions. I'm giving them the questions I want them to ask me, because those are the questions I want them to know the answers to. And then they can obviously ask me, you know, anything else. Like, you know, sometimes I get, you know, do you work a full-time job? Yes, I do. The answer, you know, what does my family think of what I do? You know, how much money, you know, did I make when I first started? You know, just, you know, things like that. And I'll answer that, you know. But what I do when I answer that, I try to put it in terms of how it's relevant to them, because they don't really care how much money I make. They want to know how much money can they make.
Yeah.
You know, they don't care if I work a full-time job. They want to know if they, working a full-time job now, can successfully run this business. You know, does that make sense?
It totally does.
Yeah, so I try to put it in terms of how it relates back to them. So that's the Ask Me Anything game. The lap game is super fun. So have you ever played the lap game as an icebreaker?
I don't think I have.
Are you familiar with the lap game? I can't remember if I've ever played it with you or talked about it.
I don't think I am.
Okay, so the lap game is actually
I heard all that noise. I had to take Luna out. I actually worked from 7 to 6 at the daycare this morning.
Oh, man.
Well, from this morning to tonight, and then I went and cleaned and bust my tail to, like, hurry up and get home as fast as I could, because I was like, it's not going to be fun driving through most of this meeting. So I only drove like 15 minutes and then let Luna outside and did all my business just now quickly. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So the lap game is actually really super fun as an icebreaker game, and it works really well for like larger, I would say like 7 to 10 women. It works really well for. So essentially, the lap game, it's like never have I ever. Like, you have a list, and I have a list that I go through. I think I posted it in our group of just different things. And it starts off super tame, and it gradually gets crazier and crazier. Like, it'll start off like, you know, if you have never been to a pure romance party before, right? And so each thing that if it applies to them, they get up and they move one spot over to the left. But what they'll find is that the girl sitting next to them, she might not have moved because it doesn't apply to her. So they get to sit down right on her lap. And sometimes they end up like stacked, like 2, 3, 4, 5 person to a spot. And then whoever makes it back to their original spot wins.
Okay, that sounds really, really fun. Like, that sounds very interesting.
And yeah, and it's a great game because you kind of get to a sense of like what kind of a crowd you're working with. Because if it's taking them forever to like move back to their spot because, you know, they haven't done anything crazier than, you know, go skinny dipping once, you know, then you know like what kind of a crowd you're working with. But it's also really great for you to kind of get to know them and for them to get to know each other. Like, that's always my favorite thing is when they're like, oh my God, like you did that? Like,
I Sally was into that.
Yeah, it's fun. So you can tweak it and play it as a sponsoring game. And it has a list of different questions. They're like, have you ever attended a pure romance party? Is tonight an escape from motherhood? If you feel dissatisfied with your job, if you have debt you'd like to eliminate. And so it's just different questions, you know, different things that pure romance, you know, can help with. And so you're going to learn about your guests. You're going to learn about their situation, you know, and how pure romance can fit into it. So when you get into the shopping room and you're offering the opportunity there, you know, you can reference back to whatever they responded to during the last game. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's the lap game. And then, oops, I think that's it. Yes, so those are all the sponsoring commercials that are on the COO. So now what a lot of consultants have started doing now that's really helping them when they're doing their sponsoring game is they do a 4-question thing afterwards. So regardless of whatever game you play, you want to try to do these 4 questions afterwards. Okay, so the 4 questions are, what are they? Hang on. Let me pull them up. I'm suddenly just like going blank. It totally like went out of my head. Okay.
It's okay. I was just amused by Luna. Like, she never sits up and sits pretty, like, so intensely. And she's, like, literally looking at my phone, like, so intensely, like.
She's learning. She wants to learn how to build her team also.
I'm like, come on, Luna. Talk to your girls. Talk to your sisters. Talk to your sisters.
Yep. So the 4 questions are, oh my God, what are they? Okay, so the 4 questions are, what would you do with an extra $500 a month? Or you could say like 1,000. Like you can just pick a number, anywhere between $500 and $1,000. So the first question is,
someone posted this recently. I think it was Summer. I think she posted it today.
She probably did. Yes, she probably did.
And you have to be like, and you can't say bills.
Yeah. So it's like.
I make sure I read everything normally.
So it's like, what would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? And it can't be bills. It has to be something other than bills. Right?
Have fun.
So they write that down. So question number 2 is, what was your favorite part about my job? Like, what did you think was the coolest thing about what I do? Right? So they write that down. You know, maybe it's like the flexibility, maybe it's being their own boss, maybe it's the trips, whatever. Okay. And so number 3 is, oh gosh. Oh, I think I'm missing one. Oh man, I can't remember what it is. Like number 3 is, I know I skipped one, but I know number 4 is, if you could make, you know, an extra $1,000 a month while doing, you know, whatever you put for number 2 or number 3, would you be interested in more information? Right? Yes or maybe, because no is negative, and I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. And
no negativity going on.
And if you are really no, just write a smiley face. So that way, you know. So even when they tell you no, it's like with a smile. I cannot not remember. I feel like I know I'm missing a question, and I can't think of what it is. Totally having a brain fart. I'll think of it and I'll post it in our group. But yeah, so doing those 4 questions afterwards, you know, it's that's what it is. It's question 1 is tell me about yourself. Like, what do you do for a living? You know, are you a domestic diva, student, work full time? Are you an astronaut? Like, what do you do? Number 2 is, what would you do with the extra $1,000 a month? Number 3 is, what was your favorite part of my job? Number 4 is, if you could make an extra $1,000 a month while having number 3 as your life, would you be interested in more information? That's what it is. I knew I would get it. But yeah, so asking those 4 questions, it really helps them to kind of put themselves in that situation and think like yeah, I can actually do this, and this business can help my life. So really just make sure you know, that you're always playing a sponsoring game. Let me look at my notes here. Oh, reading the IRG. Okay, and so Stephanie, I know that you just started. So you're going to see this a lot. Tori, I know you've probably already seen this a lot. Read your IRG. Like, your IRG is your incentive requirements guide. This is your business Bible. This has everything that you can and cannot do as a consultant. This has all the rules and regulations. This has all the things that you can win.
It's amazing.
Huh?
It's amazing.
Yeah, like this, I mean, but see, this is everything that, any question you could possibly have, the answer is in your IRG. And the more you know it and understand it, the more confident you're going to be as a business owner. So when somebody does come to you with a question and they want to join your team and they want to know more about it, you have the answers already because you've already read it. It's all right there. So I highly encourage you, not only just so you know the right way to run your business, but just so that when it comes time for you to start building your team and offering the opportunity, like you already know you have the answers ready and ready to go. So that's like a big one, and you're gonna see it. I mean, I'm, you know, a lot of times, you know, somebody's asking the same question, I'll just be like, it's in your IRG. check your IRG. You know, and I'm not saying it to be mean, but just because it really does have all the information that you need. It's like, it's all right there. So definitely take some time to read it. I know it's long and it's boring. Break it into chunks. So yeah, and like some of them too, you can kind of combine. Like the lap game, you can combine with 8 questions, or Rosy Romance, you can combine with 8 questions, you know, or Ask Me Anything with the lap game. You know, you can kind of mix it up so it's fun and interactive, and then you have like the informational piece too. So, you know, just do what works for you. You know, pick one, give it a, you know, run it out for like 6 parties to kind of get a real sense of how it's working, and then, you know, and then make a decision like, is this working? Yes, keep doing it. If not, okay, do something else and give that a try. So, and then of course, always you want to make sure you offer the opportunity in the shopping room, even after your sponsoring game, your sponsoring commercial. You still want to make sure that you are, you know, offering them that chance in the shopping room too. So,
This is one of my roles. I've made it official for like a role with parties. Like everyone has to go in the shopping room.
yeah.
No choice. Like no choice.
Yeah. Just to come in there and see what's up, right? And then you can ask them. Yeah, that's good. And like Stacey Bruckheimer does the same thing, right? It's like,
I remembered that, and I was like, you know, she's pretty good at hers.
yeah.
So I'm like, why not try this out? So I'm like, okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Stacey's amazing. So
Someone wasn't even gonna buy like for my encore party, and they end up buying because I was like, she was like, do I really have to go to the shopping room even if I'm not buying? I'm like, yeah, that's a role I have. Everyone has to go to the shopping room. She bought.
see, that's awesome. I'm high-fiving you through the screen. That's awesome.
I tried to, but like Lena licked my arm and like threw it. She gets jealous. I'm like, slow it down, girl.
All right. So then a couple of, so the resources definitely, so the key phrases, like some phrases you want to keep in mind. So obviously the 4 questions, like all the 4 questions there. And who here, I mean, you can ask like, who here would like to know more about my business, or, you know, what would you like to know about the business? So just, sponsoring games, always play them. Excuse me. So yeah, the resources. So like I said, the CLO, you're gonna look at the training tab. You're gonna go down to all about the party. You're gonna click on effective party game, sponsoring commercials. It's all there. You can read it all, get all the materials. So yeah, do you guys have any questions about any of that?
I don't.
No, Stephanie, you got any questions about that? She's still there. I don't know if she's still there. It's all quiet.
I don't see her.
Yeah, she's on her phone.
Oh.
Wow. I don't know. Okay. All right. So
I'm on my phone too, but it's okay.
Okay. So your homework assignment for this week, super easy. Pick a sponsoring game. Which sponsoring game are you going to play? Pick it. Pick one, and then post it in the group. And then if you have a party coming up, your bonus is to play it and tell us how it went. Super easy, right?
All right.
So, all right, I'm gonna take this off record.